So this past 365 days, I've indulged myself in the culture of anime and gaming conventions. I've been to 3 actually. Dreamcon 2023, Kogaracon 2024, and Dreamcon 2024. And bro, yo, they were fun. They were fun as fuck, man. I really enjoyed my experience in all 3 of them. And these next 365 days, I'm gonna plan on going to 6. I'm gonna double my adventures. New York Comic Con, not really an anime convention, but still has an anime section. DerpyCon 2024, BlurCon 2025, DreamCon 2025, and Anime NYC 2025. They will all be seeing me next. But you didn't come in here to hear me talk about my experiences with anime conventions and gaming conventions. You came here because you're a newbie and you want to attend an anime convention yourself as soon as possible, and you don't know how to prepare. Don't worry, fam, I got you. These next few tips, I'm gonna show you the best approaches for attending an anime convention. So get your pen and paper ready and let's start.
DatGuyBry.
Be prepared. Just be prepared. Make sure you got your essentials ready. Your phone, your charger, your headphones, your gum. If you're flying from a different state, get enough clothes, deodorant, socks, shoes, toothbrush, toothpaste, all the general stuff you would need before traveling. And don't forget the 2 most important things: your ID and any sort of payment options you have. Debit card, credit card, or cash. Please do not forget any of those 2 or you're cooked. You're cooked. This is a tip for anyone that's traveling outside of their home state, I guess. Understand the city. Most of the big conventions are hosted in massive city, capitals of certain states, and things like that. Dreamcon was in Austin, BlurCon is in DC, Comic-Con, it's always gonna be in a big city, majority of the time. NY, San Diego. Those cities are big square feet wise. So you gotta understand where you are. If I'm traveling outside of the state for a big convention, most of the time I'm booking a day or 3 before the actual con. Explore the city. Find cool anime or gaming stores or anime themed restaurants or arcades. That's the first thing I do when I found out where con is located. Try to meet others who are also there early too for the convention. But the main thing for me is to always calculate how far your place is to the convention center, which goes into my next topic, your base and distance. So my most recent convention was Dreamcon, and the Airbnb we stayed at was like 15 to 20 minutes away from the con. Which isn't anything too crazy for me, honestly, because we had a vehicle, I had a rental, but ideally most people want somewhere between a 5 to 10 minute drive or even like a 10-minute walk. Most hotels will tell you how far their place is to the convention center, and most Airbnb hosts will give you a ballpark estimate on their distance as well as with or without traffic. Just make sure your place isn't like 45 minutes away, because that will be actually terrible. And if you want to be close, you can do that, that's fine, but just expect to be paying a lot of money for that, especially if you're going alone, bro. They're gonna eat your wallet up. Also, sub points. Figure out your way of transportation, Uber or rental. It's up to you, honestly. If you're going alone, I recommend taking an Uber. If not, maybe a rental. After you add everything up after the con anyways, they pretty much add up to the same cost. Maybe the rental might be a little bit more just because of the protection and the insurance and all that stuff, but decide up to yourself. Pre-register for the badges. All right, this is stuff more towards the con time period. Please do that. There's no need for you to wait in line if you don't need to pre-register for the badges and pick them up. At Dreamcon, for example, I was able to pick it up a day before and the wait was like 15 minutes. I would not recommend buying the badges the day of the convention, especially for a big convention like Dreamcon or like an Anime NYC, and just make sure you have that sorted out. All right, man, this is where the protein part starts, the meaty part. 150 grams of protein. Most cons will give you a roadmap on what panels are happening at what times and what rooms. That way you can plan your schedule ahead of time and do the things you're interested in doing. Does it always go smoothly? Hell no, bro. And actually, most of the time it never goes smoothly. You're probably gonna miss a panel or 3, and the panels that you were looking forward to going to, that's okay. Have a plan B. If the main panel you want to go to is not available for some reason, maybe the room capacity has reached or they canceled it, have a plan B. See if there's any other panels that you want to go to instead that's during that time period. If not, then just walk around and meet people. Go to the exhibit hall, the art gallery, all that stuff. You know, just try to spend time before the next panel starts. You might be a little overwhelmed, especially if it's a big con. I wouldn't recommend going to a big con as a first time goer, but I'll get onto that in a bit. But if you are a first time goer and you're going to a big con, Be prepared to see a bunch of people and not a lot of room to move. These conventions are only getting bigger. Bring headphones if you're sensitive to hearing, because it gets really loud. If you're thinking of cosplaying, just cosplay. Just cosplay. I'm gonna say 85% of the people that are gonna be cosplaying. Have fun. Get into that convention atmosphere. Get into that convention spirit. It's okay to compliment others with cosplays if you like them. And it's even okay if they give you permission to take a picture of them with the cosplay on and take a picture with them. It's a great way to start a conversation and as well as connecting with others. But please, 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 for the love of everything great, ask for permission. Cosplay is not consent. Don't just go around touching anyone in cosplay. Don't be weird, nigga. Just take a picture like a normal human being and ask them if it's okay to take a picture with them. Don't try to touch whatever it is that they're wearing. Don't try to feel them up. No. Because if you do that, I'm gonna get my goons to just jump you. If you're drained of energy, maybe the convention was a little too much for you, but you definitely want to get back into the convention later today, but it's just too much for you right now. Most anime conventions usually have some sort of like healing hub. You know how like in video games, there's like a save hub and you can also like heal yourself in that save hub as well. Yeah, so some cons have that places like that. For Dreamcon, it was the Manga Puzzle Cafe. It was a room where people would just sat down, they played puzzles, read manga, just like it sounded like. Very convenient place to unwind. It's quieter, and they provided water as well. It was just a really good thing to go, so just to sit down and just think about what you want to do before you get back out there, you know? Please, for the love of one above, for the love of all above, please clean yourself. Hygiene has always been the negative connotation when it comes to any convention. Some of y'all need to shower and put on some deodorant, please. I understand it gets hot very quickly, especially in these summer cons like Dreamcon and Anime NYC, but please shower. Take a good shower. Wash your ass cheeks, your pits behind your ears. I know you don't watch that. Apply some perfume or cologne. Put on some deodorant in the right areas. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you shouldn't have to smell like the ozone layer after 15 minutes because you took care of yourself early in the morning. Also, do not come intoxicated. Just don't. It's gonna ruin your experience and you're gonna smell like shit too. It's just a different type of shit. Portable charger is a must. Bring one. Because your phone will not last. It will not. Don't try to deny it. It will not last. Just bring one. Understand the food policy. Most cons foods are overpriced and just not worth it. Understand the convention policy on whether or not it's okay to bring snacks. Some allow it, others don't. You have to really just make sure for yourself. If you have any medical hacks that can play an exception, let them know before the con. It's also okay the majority of the time to leave the convention, get some food and come back, so long as you have your badge with you. Because me, I'm not paying $12 for one slice of mid-ass cheese pizza. Nah, I'm gonna take my ass to Popeyes and get myself a whole meal for $15. And the topic of money, properly budget for the whole trip. But mainly for the exhibit hall, the vendor shops. I know deep down you want to buy every comic or every anime merchandise in the vendor booth, but only do it if you have the money. Don't spend all your money just to find out you have no money to pay rent at the end of the month. Please do not do that. If anything, maybe after every paycheck, put in like $25 or $50 just to save, and then use that money to spend your money at the vendor booth. So you have at least some money saved up for that. Don't just go spending willy-nilly and then you realize you're broke. Because trust me, I've been there, done that. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Also, you did not hear this from me, but most vendor booths on the final day of anime conventions, they usually run discounts on their products. Maybe 50% off, 60% off. I've seen it with my own eyes, but you didn't hear it from me. Repeat the process for a day or 4, and that's honestly all the tips you need to survive an anime and gaming convention. Enjoy the con for what it is. That's always what I say. If you've been to the channel before, I'm sure you heard me say it before, but enjoy the con for what it is. Also, I'd recommend going to a smaller con if this is your first time going to an anime convention. For me, smaller cons are just so much less pragmatic and at times could be a lot more beneficial and enjoyable for people who are sensitive to noise and experience social anxiety. I know for sure that smaller cons will be seeing me next year and in the future, just because bigger cons can get a little hectic at times. No disrespect, but it's just the nature of it. And at the end of the day, you gotta just enjoy the con for what it is. Meet people, cosplay, go to panels, buy things from the vendors, party and have fun. They're usually after parties at these conventions, so enjoy it. Don't try to nitpick and fucking write a 3-page paragraph on why you hated this convention on Twitter. Just maneuver it the best way you can, cause post-con depression hits differently. Realizing you have to go back to work the next week, back to reality, looking at your bank account and it kind of hits you how much money you spent.
He needs some milk.
Niggas being all up in your business and the politics and all that stuff. I'm sure you don't want to deal with that anymore. So just for the time being, enjoy the con. There's a reason why anime con going veterans just love going every year. It's the same thing for them every year, but they just love the culture. It makes you feel like a kid again. No one judges you for how you cosplay, how you buy your figures and toys, how you read your comics, your books, play your games. You just express yourself and find joy in being passionate about things you love, the same way your peers around you feel. You know how exciting it is to meet your online friends in real life? These people that are just as nerdy and passionate about anime and gaming as you, or even meeting people you looked up to growing up in person, favorite game designer, favorite voice actor, favorite content creator. Every stop you make, every corner you look, there's dancing, there's eating. It feels like a party every day. And with it being a judgment-free zone, no one can stop you from being you. So at the end of the day, like I say, and I'll always say this, enjoy the con for what it is and enjoy it as best as you can. Thank you.